Up, welcome to another edition of SacTown Movie Buffs. Once again, I'm Kier, and this is Jason. And today we are back reviewing a film that is only playing in theaters, as of today, anyways. So I don't know. That could change in a week or two because the way the box office goes. But the film that we're referring to is going to be Barbarian, which is a new horror film. And Jason, you're going to take this one away, I believe.
Yep. Barbarian is, like you said, a new horror film. I'm gonna describe the plot minimally because it's more than a lot of movies. I would say it really is the best to go in knowing as little as possible to this.
I agree.
One. Yeah. I agree. So I'm gonna explain what's basically in the trailer, and that's about it. And that is, it begins with a young lady. I forget her name in the movie, but the actress's name is Georgina Campbell. Showing up late at night in a rainstorm to a Airbnb that she's rented to find out that there's already somebody there. And the somebody who's there is played by Bill Skarsgård, aka Pennywise from It. So anybody who knows who he is might already be a little bit wary. Plus, he's just got kind of a suspicious face. He's one of those.
Yeah, he looks creepy regardless, right? I mean, he's kind of a creepy looking dude. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to make him look. Even though he comes off as a nice guy in this film, he looks creepy. So
yeah, but he's got a plausible story. He seems to be normal, but he suggests that she stay there anyway, and he'll sleep on the couch, and she can stay in the bedroom and lock the door. We'll sort this whole thing out in the morning. It's late. There's no hotels available. It's a bad area. So she decides to stay anyway. That's all I'm going to say, because that's all that's in the trailer, really. And I'll just say that this is a movie that from its beginning, you would never guess where it ends up. And you've got a lot of surprises in for you. And I heard somebody compare it to Malignant, and I think that's a good comparison, because Malignant also is a movie that if you watch the trailer, because like the trailer for Barbarian, like it looks like a pretty ordinary movie from the trailer. Although for some reason I had a good feeling about it. I don't know whether it's just like the name, which is kind of weird. Like what does the name have to do with it? You know what I mean? I had a good feeling about it, and then when the reviews started pouring in and they were almost unanimously positive, I started getting real excited about it. But it's kind of the same as Malignant. Malignant from the trailer looks pretty ordinary, looks pretty average, nothing special. But when you watch Malignant, it goes places you would never ever guess, and it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea because it goes some pretty out there places. But I live for that kind of stuff. And I'm just going to say that I really, really liked Barbarian. I thought it was really well directed, well acted, well written. It's surprising. It's unpredictable. I would say probably about, as somebody who relishes the feeling of not knowing what's going to happen next, or where this is going to go, which is rare these days. Even really good movies, you can pretty much most of the time have a good idea of where it's going.
For sure.
Most of the time. Yeah. I would say this movie probably 80% of the time I had no idea what was going to happen next. A solid 80% of the time. And certainly would have never guessed where it wound up from where it started. So if you like that kind of unpredictability, and if you have like a strong stomach, because it has some pretty crazy violent stuff in it and disturbing subject matter. I haven't even mentioned that like Justin Long is in this movie as he's an actor. I'll put it that way. And I'll say that I don't even want to say any more about that. I'll just say that like he brings a whole new storyline into the storyline that you're given at the beginning.
Right.
And he provides some comic relief. I'll put it that way.
For sure.
And that's all I'm going to say about that, though. I say if you like horror movies and if you like unpredictable movies, go into this knowing no more than what I've said, and buckle up and enjoy the ride. I really liked it. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was fun. It reminded me of, like you said, reminded me a little bit of Malignant. It also had a sprinkle of X in there for me as well, just with the grotesqueness of certain things. But um, I really do think that this is a film that if you're gonna see it, like you indicated, it's probably best to go in knowing as little bit about it as possible. And the trailer doesn't really tell you a whole lot about what's going to happen either, which is also a plus.
Exactly.
So you don't really even need to watch the trailer, like you explained in the beginning. All you really need to know is that it's basically an Airbnb that they're staying at, and both of them, book were booked for this Airbnb. So clearly one of them shouldn't have been booked for this Airbnb. And then the story just gets wilder and wilder from there. And that's really all you're really, like you said, really all you need to know. That's the best way to summarize it, is just one of those films that just, it's gonna take some turns. You're not going to expect them, and that's the best way to go into a movie. I love going into movies not knowing a whole lot about what's going on, because like you said, like 90% of the films out today, and even some of the ones that I love, like Orphan, First Kill, whatever, you generally know how that story is going to end because it's a sequel, or a prequel, obviously. So clearly she survived, so you kind of know that how that story essentially is going to end. This one, I have no clue where the story was going to go or what was going to happen.
Right.
So I thought that was really, really interesting. So, but yeah, no, definitely an interesting take for a film for sure. So I would say just go check it out and see it. That's probably the best way to check it out. So
yeah, yep.
Cool. Anything else you want to add about Barbarian? Sorry, since we can't really say a whole lot about it. So
Yeah, no. Only that I really liked it, and I look forward to watching it again sometimes. Definitely something I'm going to pick up and enjoy watching many times. It's a fun movie. It's funny, it's scary, it's freaky, it's weird, it's unpredictable, it's really well acted and well shot and well directed. The music's good. Pretty much it was firing on all the cylinders, for me. Yeah, I loved it.
Awesome. Well, overall grade and face you would give this one?
I give it almost a 5, but I went with a 4.5. I went with a 4.5 out of 5, A-. Definitely one of the best horror films I've seen this year, and it's been a pretty strong year for horror.
Yeah, I mean, you're way more of a horror guy than I am, and my top films for the year have been horror films. So yeah. So yeah,
it's a solid year for horror, and this is definitely one of the best. So I 4.5 out of 5, A-. Good times.
For sure.
Although for this movie, it's probably more like because
I know, right?
you drop your jaw several times during this movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed it quite a bit. And for me, it's right up there with some of the other ones that we talked about, the X's and Orphan, First Kill. So for me, it gets a 4 out of 5 for me as well. So just a little half star lower than you, but in the same vein, because I gave both of those 4 out of 5 as well. So definitely in the same vein as those other two. I mean, I'll have to check it all out at the end to figure out which one of those 3 I like the best. But they're all so different and complex in different ways. But no, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. So 4 out of 5, just a big old smile. So yeah, no, it's a great film. Definitely strongly recommend it. Like I said, as somebody who rarely ever gives the films higher than 4. It's about as good as it gets for me. Like I said, I think I've given 4 films so far, 4 out of 5 this year, and so this is obviously in the top 5 right now for me. So, so very, very, very strong. So
yeah, good,
cool.
Yep.
Well, cool. Well, let us know down in the comments. Have you seen Barbarian? Did you like it? Did you not like it? As always, if you like the channel, we ask you to like, subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification, and we'll be back again with another show for you guys. We thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. Bye.